Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Zemo the Dad in DPS, and we are back with another Elden Ring video. Today I'm showing you how to use and where to get the Great Runes of the game. As you can see, you can activate the Great Runes via the Grace site, and our first one is located in the Stormhill Castle. So go to the Grace site that you can see on the map right now, and from here pretty much just follow the path that I'm going to take. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to edit out unnecessarily long bits that are basically a straight path so that you can see exactly where I'm going, but obviously the filler we're not going to include. So basically go down this way, and this is to go towards the front entrance, which, if you didn't know, is blocked off and full of death traps. Now once you get down to this bit, you can see I'm getting my ass kicked by ballistas and whatnot. Make your way to the left, and through this kind of passageway you'll see a load of suits of armour basically lined up, so that's a good idea to show that you're in the right place. Through here there's a grace site and a point that you can essentially rest and, you know, recover your stamina. From here you keep on running, and up in this direction you're going to have to take on the locals of this area. You can technically run past them, but realistically I gave these giants a good run for their money. But it's a straight line, you can't miss where you're going. Just beat the crap out of the giants and make your way down in this direction. Now once you get past all the giants, there is a teleportation circle here, and you use that to get to the tower. And from this point it's pretty simple. Head into the tower door and head up the elevator. And I will add, the elevators are a consistent thing in every one of these towers. Basically at this point in any of the towers it is nigh identical, so we will literally skip 99.9% of that in the future parts of this, but pretty much go up to the top, and once you're up at the top, come to this area and you will find a dead Two Fingers shrine and the Great Rune. All you need to do is click on it to activate it, and now you're able to use this particular Great Rune. With Godricks Rune out of the way, we're going to go to Morgott and Mohgs next. Now, once you've worked your way through the capital and you are managing to get to the Forbidden Lands, you will use this grace site and follow the path here. You basically go back inside the building outside the Forbidden Lands and activate the elevator to go back up. Once you head up there, you are basically going to take a different path from what you would have came in, obviously, otherwise you would have came across this already, and we are going to make our way towards the next tower for, as I said, Morgott or Mohg. And as you saw, there was a secondary path there, but you're going to want to head down in this direction. Now be prepared for a fight. There is a set of dual bosses that are being quite sneaky, using this guy to lure you in, and they will trigger, and you're going to need to take on the Fell Twins. They're relatively easy boss fights, especially if you bring something like the Mimic tier to just wail on them. It should go relatively quickly. It's essentially just some Omen enemies, nothing, you know, massively powerful. I did get my ass kicked the first time, however. And then once you've done that, there's a grace site here, and you can then go into the tower. It's all pretty much your standard. Go up the elevator, and then make your way up top. And that's the cool thing about this one, is you are getting a 2-for-1 special. You're getting Morgott and Mohgs runes at the top of here, which means you don't need to go to a completely different tower in order to activate that. Next up we have Rykards Rune. Now you are going to want to work your way through a dungeon called the Sealed Tunnel, as you can see on the map, and once you get into there you're going to have to take on, obviously, the boss at the end, which is the Onyx Lord, which gives a nice cool little sword. Relatively easy fight, so I wouldn't worry too much about this guy. He's not that important. Now once you've defeated him, it'll open up a passageway that leads to the tower itself, and from there it's pretty much simple. I could have showed you the whole dungeon, but there's really no point. As you can see, the Divine Tower of Altus Gate. Couldn't speak there. So yeah, just do the usual stuff of heading up the elevator and coming to the top, and you will come to Rykards Rune. Now, next is Radahns Rune, which out of all of them is the most awkwardly annoying to get, just because I am really bad at platforming. So you go to the location as you saw on the map, and you basically come up to the tower. You can't really miss this damn thing, it's massive, and you're going to need to do a bit of platforming. So first off, you jump over using Torrent, beat the living daylights out of any enemies that come your way. For some reason, I could not get off my horse at that point. And once you've beaten them, you're going to have to ascend the tower. You need to be really careful with this. It's very easy to fall down, and there is several different paths leading to the objective, so even if you do fall down, if you can go ahead, I would recommend that you continue forward, because I tried to get up here multiple times and used multiple paths in the end, and yeah, you can get up here relatively easy using different things. But for this part, I'm going to cease talking and let you watch and see the path that I used. Now, once you get to this point, you have two different locations you can go. You can either go left or right. Take the right to get to the rune. If you go left, you're going to go down into a dungeon and fight some enemies, which, again, I would recommend you do. But if you want the rune specifically, you're going to have to take a right. Head up here, open this door, and then go through the usual elevator rigmarole. And after this, we've only got really one more rune to discuss, so yeah, it should be relatively... We're at the home stretch. As you can see, Rykards Rune... Not Rykard. Radahns Rune is up here. Let's get that. Now, next up is Malenia Rune. Now, before you can go and get this rune, you need to have actually defeated her. So that's a whole other bag of worms. You're going to want to go to Weeping Peninsula, to the Tower of Return, as you saw on the map, and you are going to open this transporter trap. Once you open this, you're going to get teleported all the way to the sunny capital, and you're gonna have to go and fight a big doofus that is lying asleep here. Now, I killed him previously before I got to this point in the game. I didn't know this was where you unlocked her rune and all that, but he does have an item to drop, and he does respawn. So you don't see what item it was, and I honestly can't remember. It was a giant's weapon, I believe. If you haven't killed Malenia, this portal will not be open. So you need to have killed her. You'll get teleported all the way over here, and as usual, you climb the tower. And it pretty much goes same old from there. There's not really much else to say. You get to the top, you activate her rune, and that will be you with all of the runes that are currently available, unless DLC comes out and allows us to kill Mikola, or someone else that maybe has a rune. I am honestly not sure if there's going to be any more that will appear. But that's all the runes that we have in-game currently, before DLC. So next up is the Great Runes themselves. First off, we have Godricks Great Rune, which raises all attributes, gives them around 5. We have Rykards that restores HP upon defeating enemies. And then Radahns Rune, which raises your maximum HP, FP, and stamina. We've got Morgott's that raises your HP. Mohgs, which grants a blessing of blood to phantoms. Malenia's, which gives your vampire weapon effect. Now, to activate these runes, you must use a rune arc. Keep that in mind. And the best one considered at the moment is Godricks. Either way, that's all the runes. That was today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And let's thank our members, which are Golty, Deofane Gaming, the 2 Chosen Undead, and our Dad's Army members, Wyatt Blackburn, Wallers Me, Colin G, Pegamy Knight, Matazbo, Devilman Games, Marcus Carsko, Scott S, Bobby Dolan Mom, Ranger Mixbriddle, and Anxiety Rangers. I hope you're all doing well, and you enjoyed the video, and this has at least informed you guys. So yeah, good hunting with those runes.